All praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is going to be a lesson on how but it's damn near close enough to being Esau anyway, who I'm going to be talking about. Is his number one right hand, Eve, all right? Eve's reputation, man, the so-called black woman's reputation in this world is going downhill, man, right? It's going downhill. This whole her whole reputation is going downhill, man, and it's based off this Michael Rainey Jr. thing where the woman groped him, man. Right? He came to see a guy that he knows, right, on a live stream. As you one of them YouTuber live stream type guys, man, kind of like a Kai Cenat or Kai Cenat type kind of person, man. And he came to see a guy that he knows. Maybe it's his friend, I ain't too sure. But he came to see him and do a live stream with him, right? But at this person's house, I think he still lives at home or whatever, even though he doesn't necessarily probably need to. So his family's there, his sister's there, his mom's there and all of that. But he probably doesn't even need to live in that situation, especially if he's got this guy on there who is somewhat quite famous and was on a popular TV show, right? And anyway, while he's there, the actor, while he's there, the man's sister at his house he's been invited to, right? The sister of the man whose house he's been invited to, she gropes him live on the live stream, man, while there's 3 little children in front of him, and she actually uses the 3 little children that are in front of him to kind of block you. That she uses that as a thing to almost try and blocks the cameras, man. If them 3 little children weren't there, you'd be able to see exactly what she was doing. And this is what I mean, man. The so-called black woman, she ain't really got no shame, man. Right? And that kind of image is being pushed out about you so-called black women, and you don't even care. They're pushing out all these sexy reds, Ice Spices and all of this to make you so-called black women just look like you ain't shit. And instead of defending your honor as so-called black women and talking about all of these women and saying that ain't how we act, you're protecting them, man. And if you was to check the comments on this video, right, some of them are gonna be, it's not really gonna be too many so-called black women, I could assume, that are gonna be talking about this in a negative way, man. Right? And then the only reason why a lot of these so-called black women even like this guy anyway, right, is because he played a gangster in a TV show. Based on how this guy is dressed up there right now, yeah, with the glasses on and all that, a lot of so-called black women, if he wasn't a famous actor that acted like a drug dealer, criminal, they'd probably be like, oh, he's too nice. But anyone that knows anything about Eve, they know that Eve loves criminals, man. The so-called black women loves grimy ninjas, man. The grimier, the better. Right? They love the criminals. Let's not make it the most attractive so-called black women when you've been growing up, if you've been living in anywhere in the so-called west of the world, man. The most attractive so-called black women, right, have always liked the grimiest of the grimy niggas, man. Let's not play games. That's the truth about the matter. Right? They've always loved the criminal type cat, man. And it don't matter what their upbringing was or what particular thing they're about. It's always been the criminal type people that they've liked, man. And they ain't got no shame, man. This woman has potentially now ruined a business relationship between this actor and her brother, right? And that's why you shouldn't even really be bringing Eve. You can't really bring Eve, man, around nothing, man. Because if he would have brought his sister to a red carpet event because he's been invited because, oh, Michael Rainey Jr. is my boy, so he's invited me, or you want to come, sis? She'd have been there acting a fool, twerking in front of all the rappers and that, twerking in front of all the actors. Oh, that's Ghost. Oh, that's Ghost. Let me twerk in front of him. Clap, 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 clap. Let me twerk. Or let me grope him. Or let me ask him if he wants a BJ. You know what I mean? Like Eve's reputation has gone downhill, man. No one ain't really rocking with y'all no more, man. When you so-called black women go on Fresh and Fit podcast, you've got a lot less, right? Let's sing it real out here. You've got a lot less. They have a lot less patience with your ass than they do with any other nationality that comes on there. And the reason for that is because the main people that have always came on that podcast acting up, slapping them in their head, stamping on their toes, trying to pull out guns, on them. Yeah, they've had even that, man. The so-called black women's tried to pull out guns on the Fresh and Fit podcast, man. They tried to pull out guns on them and on all kind of stuff, man. They stamped on their toe. You know what I mean? Hard as hell to where they could have damn near broke their foot. Threatened to have men come by and gun the place up and all kind of stuff, right? And then let's not even get started on the Kevin Samuels show that he used to do. So-called black women used to be going on there acting a damn fool all the time, right? Talking about they'd be literally, I'm not making this up right now. They'd be literally about 5'2", weighing about 200 pounds, asking how they're gonna get a high value man, to the point where Kevin Samuels had to tell him, listen, man, in order for you to get a high value man, I'm sorry, you would have to be reincarnated because you ain't got what you think you got going on. He'd have to put them in their place, man. He'd have women that are married coming on his show trying to ask how they can get a new husband while they're married. But then some of the time we might say, you know what, let's chill. I'm trying to chill, man. I ain't even going to do no videos on women. I ain't even going to say nothing about the so-called black women or about any of these women, because let's make no mistake about it. Just like how Eve's wicked, the so-called black woman, if you ask a Latino brother that's only dealt with Latino women, he'll say that they're wicked too, right? And if you ask a so-called a brother that's only dealt with Edomite women, he'll tell you that they're wicked too, man. So all the women are wicked in this world, all of them, right? But the so-called black woman's level of wickedness just has that little bit extra panaz on there, man. She just really just takes it there to a whole nother level. But they're all wicked though, right? Let's not make out like one woman's so much more superiorly better than another. But Eve is just a little bit more wicked than the rest, and has just that lower level of lack of having shame, man. The kids are so young in this video that they've blurred their faces out. And like I said before, she's ruined the business relationship between her brother and this man, who him coming on that podcast was probably, or coming on that show was probably one of the most famous guests that he's ever had on there. Now, I'm not really I ain't really watched too much of the show that he had, where he had his own and he was like the star of his show. I did watch some of the other one of The Power and all of that. A little bit of it, you know, like one season or something like that. But there's about 5+ extra other seasons of it. But it's all the same kind of shit that you're gonna see. Oh, I'm fogged out, but I'm trying to change. I'm a street cat, but I'm trying to change. I want to try and get into something new. But every single time I try and get into something legal, the streets keep calling me. It's the same, all that kind of same shit. And then the women love and lust after the fogged out criminal, as long as he's doing all that criminal activity to everyone else, man. Apart from them, as long as he's going upside everyone else's head, pistol whipping everyone else, shooting up everyone else's neighborhood, selling drugs and damaging everyone else's neighborhood, but she don't ever have to deal with it and come across any of it. Oh, she's in love. You know what I mean? That's how it is with all these shows, man. And that's the main kind of man that the Israelite woman loves right now. And no one can't say that it's not the case, man. Most of the women on this earth right now, the so-called black women, if they was to meet their most loved, fogged out rapper, and that's your woman, right? That fogged out rapper that raps about pistol whipping, clapping, shooting up the block, he'd be able to have a chance at getting most men's women. You understand? Let's not make no mistakes about this. And this would be so-called black women and other tribes of women as well, man, that say that they love the Lord, they want a man of God. But let one of these fogged out rappers show up, and they ain't gonna be talking none of that no more, man. And these women are like this, even though Yahweh took away their hair, man. So imagine if Yahweh didn't take away their hair and didn't make them be less attractive on average than other races, which is true. Despite people might want to say, nah, it ain't. Isaiah 3:16 to the end of that chapter goes into how the Israelite woman has lost her attractiveness, man. Her hair's been taken away. Now, does that mean that every single so-called black woman's hair has been taken away? No, it don't. But it's very rare to find a so-called black woman with actual long hair. I'm not on about shoulder length to where it's just tickling their shoulders. I'm on about real long hair to where they're not scared to let their man touch their hair or none of that. To where they're not saying, I'm not going to do exercise because I don't want my hair this, my hair that. I'm on about real long hair. A real long hair, man. Not the way how black women think that their hair is long. And the thing is, you so-called black women, you think that you can try and play games with the so-called black woman and all that. We know you. You're our sisters, you're our mothers, you're our cousins. We know how y'all get down, man. And because we know how y'all get down, that's the reason why we can say the things that we say. And we know this about you, man. This woman on the screen didn't have no shame to be groping this guy while there's kids in the room, while her brother's in the room, while there's other men in the room, all kind of shit. What was she expecting to happen?